If you call yourself a sci-fi fan, it's impossible that you haven't heard of the 1997 film Starship Troopers, which was directed by Paul Verhoeven and adapted from the 1959 novel of the same name by Robert A. Heinlein. Fans of the movie remember the interstellar war between the Earthly United Citizen Federation, or the Terran Federation, and the Arachnids, an alien species led by intelligent brain bugs. We were also introduced to the planet of the Arachnids, Klendathu. Today, we're going to tell you everything there is to know about Klendathu, and before we begin, make sure you've subscribed to this spectacular channel and have clicked on the bell icon. Done? Then let's begin. Where is Klendathu? Klendathu is a planet in the Klendathu system deep in the Arachnid Quarantine Zone. The Arachnid Quarantine Zone is a region of space identified by the United Citizen Federation, the unified government of Earth that holds power in the 23rd century in Starship Troopers. This region is characterized by the Arachnid race and can be found in a faraway corner of the Milky Way galaxy. Federation personnel and military forces were initially banned from entering this zone, but after the attack from Klendathu, we believe this rule was revoked. The Klendathu system isn't the only one you can find in the Arachnid Quarantine Zone, as there's also the Tibanus system and other planets like Dantana, Oscar Miguel 1, and Zulu Alpha. The Klendathu system is a twin star system or a binary star system where two stars, one yellow and the other blue, are bound to each other through gravity and orbit each other. There are many planets in this system, but the most notable ones are Klendathu, the home planet of the Arachnids, Planet P, the largest arachnid colony, and Tango Irilla, another colony of the Arachnids. The brutal gravitational forces of the two stars also produced an asteroid belt, which the Arachnids began to use as an unlimited source of weapons against Earth. Dubbed the Bug Meteors, Arachnids launched the asteroids at Earth as a preemptive strike. They're deadly weapons, and they killed 10 million people, completely demolishing Buenos Aires. Home sweet home to the bugs. The planet Klendathu has a breathable and habitable atmosphere, but is arid and has a lot of mountains. It's the home world of the arachnids in the movie, but the novel calls them pseudo-arachnids. The Star Troopers anime takes a lot of liberties in its portrayal of the planet, as it is shown to be covered with massive protophyte jungles and inhabited by extraterrestrial life forms. The inhabitants of Klendathu are very different in both the film and the novel. Let's begin with a detailed look into the book. Pseudo-arachnids, as they're called in the books, are an intelligent species of aliens that look like the arachnids on Earth, which is how they got their name. They are as intelligent as humans and have invented and developed advanced spacecraft, laser guns, missile weaponry, and technology. They've also colonized the planets near them, which says a lot about their military prowess. With the ability to see through the infrared spectrum, the bugs can peer into the darkness and see things that the human eye cannot. Author Robert A. Heinlein described them as a madman's conception of a giant intelligent spider through the words of his protagonist in the novel. Humans in the book refer to them as bugs or archies. They follow a caste system similar to ants and termites to coexist peacefully and are mainly divided into queen bugs, brain bugs, warrior bugs, and worker bugs. While the movies and the video games follow this classification, they add on many different species to the arachnids, give them variety not found in the book. The ultimate evolution of the bugs is called the god bug. Only one has ever been discovered, and it's only a part of the film universe. It hides beneath the surface of a planet and sends out its appendages to capture and kill its prey. They have the unique ability to communicate with other species and are especially skilled at absorbing memories from human beings. Let's hope for the sake of the Federation that only one of these bugs exists. The Queen. The Queen is the mother of a colony of arachnids, and her only duty towards the colony is the production of new members. No one from the Federation has ever seen the Queen in the books, and it's believed that she can't move on her own. It's nearly impossible to capture Queen, as they commit suicide when attacked and choose their own death over the possibility of imprisonment. This sentiment seems to echo in the warrior bugs as well, as they would rather kill their Queen when attacked than let her be captured by their foes. In the movies, the Federation soldiers not only see the Queen, but also manage to capture her alive under the command of General Carl Jenkins. The Queen is shown to be an intellectual equal to the brain bug, as she had exceptional power and cunningly outwits them to take over the ship she was being transported in. She's also capable of using her tentacles to operate weapons and machinery. The consort bug, which helps the Queen in breeding, often accompanies her. The 1999 animated show, Roughnecks: Starship Troopers Chronicles, depicts the Queen with intelligence enough to hold hostages to safeguard her life. With a large beaked mouth and a crowned head, the Queen queen has 10 legs in total, 2 large ones to hold onto the ground, 2 small ones to capture her prey, and 6 more legs to move around. The show expands on the lore of the queen, and we find out that this bug can lay up to 75 eggs per hour, which makes up to over 1,800 eggs per day. The workers. True to their names, the worker bugs dedicate their lives to manual labor. In the books, the workers are scaredy cats who don't like to fight. At the first sign of danger, they turn tail and run away. Unlike warrior bugs, the worker bugs can feel fear and intimidation. Unless there's no way to escape, the novel states that the worker bugs will always flee. The infantry of the Federation had some trouble differentiating worker bugs from the warrior bugs, and when the warriors found out about this, they sent worker bugs as decoys while hiding and planning a bigger attack. But in the movies, the workers aren't just cowards, and if the situation arises, they too will take up arms and defend their colony. These non-aggressive bugs are blue in color and usually dig and maintain tunnels. While the warriors are busy with other pressing matters, the workers are assigned to defend and guard the hive. Another special kind of worker bug is the rhino worker, who is a docile and short-sighted bug, but they do become extremely aggressive when provoked. The Warriors. The warrior bugs are the defenders of the arachnids and do everything they can to ward off enemies. The books explain that these bugs, which are as intelligent as humans, fight purely on instinct and are biologically incapable of feeling fear or intimidation. They never surrender, nor do they retreat, but they are smart enough to realize when their enemy has surrendered and can imprison them. Warrior bugs usually attack with swarm tactics, and as they are not equipped with armor, they usually end up dying. One of the infantrymen interestingly notes that the bugs spend their warriors like humans expend ammunition. They are nowhere as formidable or as threatening as their movie counterparts. In the movies, the warriors are around 2 to 3 meters in height and take on the color of their environment. For example, if the warriors were born on a desert planet, they would have black and yellow stripes with a tan body. Often called the foundational infantry unit, the warriors can take on any role in combat and are the first to be seen in times of conflict in their colony. A good trick to identifying the warriors is to pick out the kind of bug that is the most numerous. Warriors always outnumber other castes and species and take on the bulk of the arachnids' defense and offense. Though they can build tunnels, they don't spend their valuable time doing that and use the tunnels built by the worker bugs. These agile and quick bugs have 4 legs, and they're not all the same size. The frontal legs are 1/3 shorter than their rear legs. With fangs and an exceptionally strong pincer-like mandible, they can crush stone, metal, and even human limbs. They have upper forelegs or hands that are sharp and used as swords to slash through their foes. Even if they lose a limb, these strong bugs can keep on fighting efficiently. They're also not defenseless as described in the books and have durable and tough exoskeletons. The juvenile form of a warrior bug is called a drone bug, and it's rarely found far away from the nest or tunnels. Since they're still young, their exoskeletons are weaker and they're smaller than warrior bugs. As we said before, movies and video games add on a bunch of new species and types of bugs not mentioned by the author in the novel. Here are some of the new bugs that we believe would fall into the warrior caste. Considered far more dangerous and lethal than the warriors, the tiger bug is known for its incredible speed. With armor plating on its legs and head, it's hard to take down this arachnid with only brute force, but it's not without its weaknesses. The armor can be blown away with sufficient firepower, which leaves the tiger bug susceptible to attack. It also has a vulnerable nerve stem and is slow to change directions, which can be used to strategically eliminate these bugs. These bugs have further evolved into tiger spit, tiger shard, and tiger elite. The tiger spit bug can spit acid-like plasma onto its enemies, but it cannot differentiate friend from foe. With the ability to shoot calcified plasma shards, the tiger shard changes its attack strategy depending upon the situation. The tiger elites are the pinnacle of tiger bug evolution and display the best resilience, strength, and size of all the tiger bug evolutions. A special evolution of the tiger bug is the royal guard bug, which takes care of the hive core and the eggs. If you ever encounter this bug, you can be sure that a hive is nearby. Make sure to close your ears, as this bug lets out a terrifying and blood-curdling screech when attacked. The general of the arachnids is the royal warrior bug, which is also responsible for the security of the brain bug. They're smart, quick, and powerful, but are quite rare. Other variants of the warrior bug are the rhino warriors that attack by charging and ramming their horn against their opponents, the spitter bugs that fire acid and use warriors as meat shields, and hopper bugs, which are basically warriors that can fly and attack with their stingers and claws. In the TV series, the warriors have 2 fangs in their lower mandible. The brain bug. The intelligent leader of the arachnid colonies, the brain bug is a telepathic creature that shares a symbiotic relationship with its hive. If the brain bug dies, it takes the entire colony with it. They seem to have both natural and technological elements, which has led fans to theorize that they might actually be cyborgs. Whether the tech elements added onto their bodies makes them better brain bugs, or cybernetics is the reason they became brain bugs, isn't known. In the movies, the brain bug controls the hive mind of the colony and is completely defenseless, except for its high-pitched scream that can rupture the blood vessels in your head if you're close to it. With a lot of eyes and a big fleshy body, brain bugs look like gigantic slugs. They can't move around on their own and depend on chariot bugs to carry them and move at a speed of 11 miles per hour. Brain bugs are very important to their colonies, and warrior bugs prioritize their safety above everything else. Brain bugs have special mouths that can extract brains from any sentient being, and by consuming the brain, they absorb all the knowledge inside. If the brain bug ever dies while the colony is mid-conflict, rest of the bugs are left incapacitated until a new chain of command is established and are easy targets against attackers. How did the inhabitants of Klendathu attack Earth? Klendathu is in the corner of the Milky Way galaxy, and how can such a faraway planet attack Earth? This question has plagued Starship Troopers fans for years, so we have two theories to explain this. The first is related to Port Joe Smith, the human colony established by Mormon extremists on the planet Dantana of the Klendathu system. Nearly every single civilian in Port Joe Smith was killed by an arachnid invasion, and the colony perished. If the humans of this colony were fed to the brain bug, it would easily find out the exact location of Earth. Another theory, which is more of a conspiracy, is that the Sky Marshal orchestrated the attack on Buenos Aires to gain support for the Federation. Either way, the Federation grossly underestimated the powers of the arachnids, and if they hadn't done that, perhaps they would have successfully colonized Klendathu on their first attempt. Marvelous verdict. Klendathu is perhaps one of the creepiest and most dangerous planets out there. An arid atmosphere coupled with dangerous pests that tower over you and wouldn't hesitate to kill you make this planet the stuff of nightmares. What theories do you have about the arachnids of Klendathu? Do you think there are more god bugs out there? Let us know your thoughts in the comments section down below, and until next time, thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and have a marvelous day.